At Mattereum, we're developing something that we call the Smart Property Register. And this is a blockchain-based system for managing property of all kinds, including physical goods, real estate, intellectual property, fine art and instruments. And it enables people to both trade these assets or trade a portion of these assets, and also to license them for use. And we're doing this on top of a system of smart contracts that is going to enable developers to build their own applications that use these capabilities. So to get a scale of what this kind of thing allows, we have to look at previous changes in technology. So we look at, for instance, in the 1980s, we started to connect our computers up to things like printers and networks, and this enabled us to produce documents and send information. In the 1990s, those networks became global, and we could start to send that information all around the world. And we got new hardware capabilities coming in, things like 3D graphics, so that we could produce films using software. In the 2000s, that software begins to run on more different kinds of devices, such as mobile devices. So we can write code that figures out where in the world it is using a GPS system, or that figures out the motion of the device using an accelerometer. We also get very, very advanced cameras connected to our software so that we can produce photographs, and there's an explosion in photographs produced as a result. By some estimates, the majority of the photographs ever taken have been taken in the last 10 years. So we've taken more photographs in the last 10 years than we'd taken in the previous kind of 200 or so years that we'd had photography. What we want to do now is to be able to connect software up to asset ownership and rights management for all kinds of physical property all around the world. So we're going to give developers the tools to grant access to use something, to grant licenses, to grant ownership shares, and trade those things on global markets. And this is going to enable, we think, a revolution in the kinds of applications that we can build. It's really going to give us the ability to write code that can control the economies around us, that can control the physical and intellectual property that we rely on. And that's going to change how we do business-to-business commerce, it's going to change how we do finance, it's going to change how we manage supply chains.